Adios, Dog Bay. Hasta luego, Bahia de los Perros. Off we go into the wild blue yonder. Da, da, da. Sailing, sailing, sailing on the sea. Sailing, sailing, it's the life for me. Good morning, it's 7:15 on Tuesday morning, and we are headed south along the Mexican coastline on the Sea of Cortez. On the eastern shores of the Sea of Cortez, all new territory to me. We'll find what we find and see what we see. Sailing, sailing, it's life for me. Sailing, sailing, sailing on the sea. Guy just came by to say hi. Shrimp on his way to port. Came by to say hi and throw me a nice big wake. Thanks, Delta Yaki. It's a herd of seals. Sea lions. Popped up right over here and looked at me. Now they're fine. The birds. Their birds always keeping an eye on me, checking out the lure, making sure it doesn't have fish on it. Probably what the seals are doing too. Hey, this boat's probably got a fish, he doesn't know it. Let's take it. I'm making egg salad sandwich for breakfast. See ya. So I keep hold on, stand by. Sunlight messing with the camera. The yellow line is my track. That's Anchorage where I left this morning. It's now 9:15. I left about 6:30, I think. The yellow is it looks like we're sailing upwind, but we're actually jibing downwind because it's very light air. And if I don't go almost on a beam reach or a broad reach, it's the sails are gonna flog themselves to death with the waves. The little teeny waves make the boat rock, and that makes the sails slam and break stitches. When sails make noise, that's the sound of money. And excuse me. I wanted to point out the Aquino's over there that way, and that's mainland Mexico, and that is Isla Tiburon, where we left, the largest island in Mexico. And that in the middle, that gap, that's the channel I was telling you about. Little channel from hell or something. Let's look. Okay. See the channel here? That's the channel. And it's shallow with vicious currents and shifting sandbars. So, you know, you can't depend on these charts no matter what anyway, but here particularly. And it is called Canal de Infernillo. Canal de Infernillo. I think that's little canal from hell or of hell or something like that. So we're trying to go down to this area, starting right here. There's a bunch of anchorages all within just miles of each other. And then down, this is Guaymas here, San Carlos here. So it doesn't look like we're gonna get there in any kind of reasonable daylight. So maybe we just need to go slower and spend a night out here and arrive there tomorrow. Whatever. I prefer this over the 30 knots in the dark the other morning, so I'll take this. I don't like the sails slamming around, but I just have to keep going the wrong direction to prevent that. This tack is the money tack. we're actually pointed to where we want to go. When we got a jibe out that way and put the sails on that side of the boat, we go higher than that island, which we don't want to do. There's that island right there. We're far away, huh? It's a big island. And yeah, we're actually almost sailing away from where we want to go on that jibe. So this is the money one, but the forecast was for the direction is right, but the strength is wrong. It's supposed to be a bit windier than this, not much, but a bit. And it was supposed to be by now, I mean all night it was supposed to be a bit windier, and you know, it's been pretty calm all morning. And what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, it says it's lighter near shore and heavier out here, so I keep trying to jibe out, but that tack is going the wrong way, so it's hard to do. So I'm just doing what we did sailing across the sea the other day when it got light. When the wind goes light, that means it's time to jibe. So that's what I've been doing. So I've jibed. Jibed once, twice, 3, 4. 4 jibes so far. More to come. Later. Okay, electronic navigation video, which I am a rookie, but, well, kind of a rookie. I'm just not advanced. There's us. We want to go generally in this area here. At this rate we're on, you can see we're on port tack, port jibe, and we're headed high of the mark. The wind is coming. Sorry, you can't see my finger. I'm putting my finger, but that's us. We want to go there, but we're going there where the red line is. The red line represents where the boat is traveling to. And so at this rate, we'll get to where we want to go at 4 a.m., 3:30 tomorrow morning. Sometimes it says tonight. So, and the other jibe wants to put us out towards this island. And I thought that this island was that island. I've told you earlier, but it's not. This is San Pedro Martir, and it's about exactly in the middle of the Sea of Cortez. It's actually a little bit on the west side, it looks like. And there's no anchorages there, but I've sailed near it before, and right here. And it was really special. There was lots of birds over there. You're in the middle of the sea. It was really special. So I'm not going to get to the anchorage, any anchorages tonight before dark. And the wind, this is the second part of this, the most important part maybe. This is our desired course. We started at the green mark this morning. We want to go to the red mark. There's San Pedro Martir. These are wind marks. That's the way these white things are moving, which is this way, is the wind, and the color is the strength. And there's a scale. Okay? And then I have a slider bar down here. I have 6 different forecasts. They all say the same thing. This is the European model one. It's a really good one. They all say the same thing. And I have this slider bar, so I'm going to put it, it's 10 o'clock on Tuesday. So I'll find 10 o'clock on Tuesday down here. Okay, now watch the wind. We are approximately right here. See? Somewhere in here. And if we move the cursor there to that where we think we are, it says right now, yeah, right now exactly, a minute off, there's 10 knots of wind, and the direction is correct. I would say it's less than 10 knots. Let's see what this one says. Oh, it has a little different direction, and but 9 knots. This one has the same direction at 9 knots. GFS, a little different direction at 11 knots. Okay, that one's wrong. It's not blowing 11 knots. Spire, whatever that one is, 10 knots. And UCMO, I've never heard of this one before I got this program. 7 knots. I'd say that's the most accurate. So let's go with this one. Now let's go slide it through from now into the future. And look what this area here does. If we were to jibe and go around San Pedro Martir, and then back to the finish. The anchorage, and arrive tomorrow in the daylight. How would that weather be? Okay, here we go. So it stays the same. It gets a little stronger. See a little yellow glow there in the middle of the green. A little stronger at, that is at 1800 hours, so 6 o'clock tonight. Just about sunset-ish. I think sunset at 6:30 last night or something, where I was, with hills between me and the sun. So a little later tonight, I think. But then it starts getting lighter and lighter from that point on, and by tomorrow at 3:30 in the morning, it's 8 knots, 9 knots right there. We'd be somewhere in here, 7 knots, 7 knots, 7 knots. But kind of the same angle we're on now. So I don't know. Then we had the motor all the way back. I don't know. Or we could sail. Let's see. How fast would we get there? Let's see. If we measure from where we're at to the island. Oh, 17 miles. So if we could do 5 knots, we'd be there in 3 hours. That would be 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah. So we'd be a good ways back before the wind died. That's at 8 o'clock tonight. Good wind. Okay, we might do that. Anyway, that's what I do here. I trim sails, I fix shit, and I do this stuff. This is the new program. I just downloaded this a couple hours ago. It's all these forecasts. It's got a summary, which is so far never been correct, but close. Actually, it was correct coming over here. It said it would take 12 hours to cross the sea from Los Angeles, and it did. It took 12 hours exactly. Hope you're having a nice day at work. I am. Okay, so we came out here and tacked like we just talked about. That's Isla San Pedro Martir we're trying to get to. It is 17 nautical miles away. The red triangle is us, the Star Trek thing. The red line represents where we're headed. We want to be on the black line in this case because we're trying to go there. It all makes perfect sense, doesn't it? This tack isn't any better than the other one. So we're only doing 1.7 knots over the earth and 2.1 knots through the water. I can tell there's a little current, little flood going on here up the sea. So later that would help us when it's current. But anyway, it says we're getting there at 3:18, but we're actually headed, as you can see, we're clearly headed away from the mark. So I don't know how it's telling us. Is that next year after we go around the planet? I don't know how that works, but it ain't, we're not gonna get there at this rate for a long time because, you know, it picks up 2 knots this afternoon and then it dies off, and all day tomorrow is supposed to be dead. So we might not get there for at least until tomorrow at the best at this rate, and maybe not till the next day. And sails making noise and all that squeaking and noise you hear, it all means dollar signs. So how far is it? 38 miles divided by 5, 6, 7 hours. That's only 10:15. So if we start motoring now, we'd be on schedule to get there to this area before dark. If we start motoring now, we get there well before dark, and if the wind came up and we could sail at the same speed we were motoring, we could go back to sailing. But right now, we are headed back across the sea not far from where I came from. I came from here on Sunday. Got my ass kicked right in this area here. Then I started making videos right about here somewhere. And then I started recording my track because I'm bad about that here. So what do you guys want to do? Motor and get there? We have fuel. We got 26 gallons of fuel, and then there's 2 fuel docks down where we're going. You know, and if we went into San Carlos and Guaymas, then why not? We're there. I need ice and water, beer. So, but well, I'm not saying I'm gonna do that, but I am saying why not? Ooh, I feel a breeze. Yeah, that's what it does. He goes, oh, don't do anything. I'm coming up. The breeze. I'm coming up. I'm coming up. And then, no, it doesn't. Eventually it does. My first ever single-handed Farallons race, 1993. I'm out there, it's like, I don't know if it was between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. sometime probably. And I'm out there racing, and a couple of my Sequoia Yacht Club members are out there racing also. And one of them was Larry Main, my dear friend Larry Main. He was on his Wiley 34 called, I can't remember the name right now. And I called him. I was looking for somebody to quit with me. I wanted to quit, and so I'll call Larry. He'll quit. I go, hey Larry, you gonna stay out here all night? Oh yeah, sooner or later the wind will come up. I finished around 5 a.m. I won my division. Larry ended up quitting, I think. But yeah. So I can do this. I've done this. And actually I do feel a breeze coming up. So we'll see. You guys will be the first to know right after me. And one other thing. These sailors going, what the hell, man? Put up a spinnaker. Christ, that'll solve everything. And that's probably true. But I'm old and I hurt right now. From my waist down, everything is very hurtful and doesn't work the way it used to. And the boat's moving around a lot and I don't have it rigged. So not only would I have to go set the kite, set the pole and set the kite and do all that, but I'd have to rig it all. And I didn't do that. And yeah, I should have done that at the anchorage. I just haven't been in the mindset, oh, I'm gonna go fly spinnaker today. So let's get ready to do it. So that's my excuse. And doing the best we can here. I hope I'm not letting anybody down. But maybe later we'll put one up, we'll see. Adios. Okay, we haven't quit sailing yet, but we're close. Something going on right there, current line. See that? So we're gonna get over there into that other water and see what's going on before we do anything else. We're doing a knot and a half towards it. And we're doing a knot and a half towards the island. It says, I just asked the GPS when we're gonna get the island, so between midnight and 3 in the morning. Kind of defeats the purpose of going there. Can't see it at that time, there's no moon. It's very dark these nights, very, very dark. I'm pretty sure I could not hit it, but still, you know, what's the point? But we'll see. This water's already changing. You hear it? It's making a little noise. There's hardly any wind. We got little white caps. So this water's like going against us. So that means that water would be going with us. These white capping waves. There's like no wind. The Sea of Cortez. The land of currents. Shallow here. We're, well, no depth, but it's less than 300 feet, I'm sure. This side of the upper, anywhere we're at here, this whole area is pretty shallow compared to the rest of the sea, I think. The rest of the sea seems pretty deep, I think. Anyway, there we are. Let you know. The water here, which I think is ebbing, 74.3 degrees. Let's see what it is over there. We're almost there. Different water right there. Okay, so we're in this different water, and it's not flat like it looked like. It's just darker because there's no white caps, and the waves are coming from that direction, and the other waves were coming like this. So now there's a few white caps, but the wind is the same. But the temperature has gone up 9/10 of a degree in like 1/10 of a mile. So this water's been on the surface longer, and that water back there is kind of an edge of an upwelling or something. Well, you can see now that water, see that's different? Now that water looks flat compared to this water. except for the whitecaps. See those whitecaps? They're coming at us, but these waves are not that direction. Ah, the Sea of Cortez. Guess you know which way to try to go. It still says we're gonna get there just at or after dark. Oh well, we'll go somewhere else. So right back there, I'm motoring along like this on this course, and the depth sounder goes from, it's been shallow, you know, it goes from like, I don't know, 60 or 50 or 40 feet to 16 feet. And I saw this on the chart. It says Banco Extendiendoso. That means an extending bank. Reported in 1949. And this is the line. Well, I can tell you, it's there. Man, it was a fire drill. Turned right. Slammed on the brakes. You don't want to run aground doing 7, 8 knots. I didn't run aground. I turned right. Found deeper water. Now I'm back on course. Oh God. Here, let me show you my track. See? Right there. Oops. Right there is where I hit 16 feet. See, I turned right. Now I'm back on course. I mean, we're a long freaking way from any land. Miles and miles and miles from land. Gotta be careful. Been racing all day to get here. That's it. We're gonna get there at 5:40. Sunset's at 5:38. Got dark last night at 6:18. I think that's it ahead of us. Oh man, this is crazy. If this doesn't work, I spend a night at sea going that way. Oh, I'm so tired of hearing this motor go and this dead downwind shit. Wish me luck. And the decision is no. See those rolling waves going in there? Teeny little anchorage. Big rolling waves coming in. Out to sea I go. Surprise, I'm anchored. I'm anchored. That first place I showed you was that one. Then I went and looked at this one, and then I got to this one just as it was getting dark. And it is Bahia San Agustin. So it's anchorage both ends depending on the wind. 15 to 20. I'm at 24.6 feet right now. I don't know what the tide is. I don't think there's much of a tide today. There's no moon. It's a new moon, something like that. So, kind of came in the dark. I don't know about these reefs. I could see one. I could see a guy fishing on one. But I'm in. Its anchor's holding. My stern is to the to the waves coming in, and the wind kind of is blowing in circles. And sometimes it's a breeze. I'd show you outside, but it's dark. Yeah. Can you see anything? So, hear the waves hitting the bottom of the back of the boat, probably. That's where I'm at. Wish me luck.